Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for our upper class housing application video. My name is Catherine and today I'm joined by
Chris.
And we are so excited to share this information with you all. This video is really meant to give you all of the information that you need to properly complete the upper class housing application. And at the very end, we're going to be answering some of your frequently asked questions that you submitted on social media.
Now, I've also heard there's going to be timestamps too, so we'll be able to, on this video, you can click a specific section. If there's a question that you have, you can jump straight to it. Not that you want to miss any of this action. You're going to want to watch
the highlight
whole
of this
thing.
video.
That's right. We're filming today live from the 5th floor of the Summit Residence Hall. The softball field is just behind us. The ladies are out there practicing, so go Owls.
Yeah, and so stick around and make sure that you watch this video all the way to the end. So our upper class students are going to have a few different options of where they're able to live depending on what campus you are in. And so on the Kennesaw campus, we have two options available for our upper class students. The first one being ARC, and the second one being KSU Place. Both of these are apartment style units, and you can see the full information on them on our website. You're able to see floor plans, pricing, and virtual tours for all of them. These are great options for our students to live in, and they usually really like living in these apartments.
They do. Once you get into upper class housing, you have the option to renew, which just ended. So we know what beds are available for our upper class students to choose from. Catherine, what about the Marietta campus?
Yeah, we've got some great options on the Marietta campus, and it's hard to forget what they're called because they all start with UC.
That's right.
Yeah, because you will see how great they are. That was a bad joke, but we're gonna keep going anyway.
Yeah.
So on the Marietta campus, we've got University Commons and University Collins and University Courtyard. Great options there. All of those are also going to be apartment style, or we've also got these former Greek houses that were converted into a residence hall. Students living in those because they have such a great sense of community. There's a lot of living spaces in that area, and so great options as well on the Marietta campus. Please make sure to visit our website to see all of the information on them.
So now that you know where you can live, let's tell you how to do that.
Absolutely.
So the first thing you need to know, room selection time tickets. If you're a returning student, you know about these time tickets. We issue time tickets based on the date and time you signed your housing license agreement during step 1. These time tickets are going to be in 2 places in the housing portal. First and foremost, when you log in, it's front and center. As soon as you log in, you're going to be shown your time ticket, and these will be live by the time you're watching this. So after you log into the housing portal, you see it there on the home page. You can click on roommate and room selection in the gold menu bar, and you'll be prompted to go through a couple pages, and you'll be showing your time ticket there too. So if you miss it when you log in, you can't forget what your time ticket is. We'll show it to you again. But check out this great screen recording to show you exactly where to look to see your time ticket.
All right, so now once my time ticket opens, what do I do after that?
Have you ever gone online shopping?
I am addicted to online shopping.
Yeah, most people are. Room selection is just like online shopping. So when you get into the housing portal and your time ticket opens, so you can't do anything until your time ticket arrives. When that opens for you, you'll be able to click on roommate and room selection in the gold menu bar up top, and then you'll be shown all the available rooms that we have for you to choose from. On the left-hand side of the menu, you can filter by community, you can filter by floor plan, and it will show you what's available based on your classification and your gender. Now, cool thing about upper class students, they're going to be able to see housing on either campus.
That's right.
So if you're a Marietta-based student but you want to live in Kennesaw, you can do that as long as we have rooms for you. Or vice versa, if you have classes in Kennesaw, you want to live in Marietta, you want to know what that's like, you can do that too.
That's right.
And that process continues until we're out of rooms. You put a room in your cart, and there's going to be a screen recording showing you how that process works too. Put a room in your cart, you go through a couple of very simple steps, you pay your $75 room booking fee, you're all set.
Yeah.
You're done with room selection.
That's right. It's a really easy process. what about those students that maybe lived on campus last year and they did the whole room leader process and they went through the whole thing with their roommate? What happens when they're an upper class student?
Yeah, so upper class housing is very limited on both campuses. So a couple years ago, we decided not to allow upper class students to pick roommates, which is unfortunate. But we do that for a very specific reason, because we can't guarantee that we're going to be able to honor your roommate requests or your roommate preferences. So you're going through it solo. And as you're going through it, you'll be able to see who else is living in that room, who might have already selected ahead of you or renewed their room, and you'll be able to look at their profile and see if you're a good match. A really cool feature we added this past year was the ability to change your room. So once you pick a room, you add it to your cart, you assign yourself to it, you can actually go back in and change your room. Some students did it 50 or 60 times before they found roommates they liked. We put all the power in your hands to do that.
That's right. So here's another scenario for you. Let's say I go into the housing portal and I already know that I really, really want to live in ARC and I want this very specific floor plan, but I just don't see it listed. What happens then?
Yes, so there's a rumor that we hold beds and we don't show students all the beds that are available, but that's just not true. Room selection opens and your time ticket gets here, you'll be able to see every bed that is vacant and available to you to choose from.
Yeah.
If for some reason your particular floor plan isn't available or a community is not available, we don't have it. It's all gone. We're not playing any games. We're not holding beds off to the side. We just put everything out there and let it fill as it fills.
That's right. And so we understand that it can be maybe sometimes a little frustrating, right? When you're going into the portal and don't see exactly what you want. But just make sure that you have those lists available, know your options, and select from what is available when you log in that day. We also understand that upper class housing is limited, and so that might mean that we get to a wait list at some point. So can you talk to us a little bit about the wait list and what does that mean for students who are on the wait list?
You reach a wait list scenario, which is likely going to happen within a couple weeks of room selection opening up. You'll see there's no rooms available. We manually will turn the wait list on. And then because you're an upper class student, you can choose to live on either campus. So there's actually 4 different wait lists for upper class students.
And can I add myself to all of them?
You cannot. You can only put your name on one wait list. Another common question we get is, if I picked a room, but it's not my preferred room type, can I go on a wait list? No, unfortunately, you cannot be on a room and on a wait list at the same time. So that's just something to be aware of. We don't know when the wait list is going to go live. We will send communications out to any student whose time ticket opened and they haven't picked a room, or who have an upcoming time ticket, to let them know that we are out of rooms and on a wait list.
Yeah, and students who are on the wait list will be contacted if a room becomes available. Students are able to monitor their place on the wait list by logging into the housing portal and seeing that number, and that number is specific to the wait list that you are on. So it's not an overall number, it's that whatever wait list that you selected, that is the number that you're going to be seeing. And if we are able to offer you a room, we will be reaching out via email, and we will be calling you as well.
Yeah, your KSU student email account. So make sure to check that every day.
That's right.
And then a little secret, pro tip, all the KSU extensions start with 470578. So if you see a 470578 number, it could be us calling to offer you a room. Because we want to help as many students as we can, if we're able to place you off the wait list, you'll have 48 hours to pay that $75 room booking fee, or we're going to kick you off that room and give it to someone else who's behind you.
Yeah, and so if you miss that window, you will need to add yourself back to the wait list if you're still interested in being on the wait list. So we want to go ahead and answer some of those frequently asked questions that you submitted on social media. And the first one that was really popularly asked was, how do I find more information about room selection and time tickets?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
First and foremost, check our housing website. Yes. It's kennesaw.edu/housing. Check your email regularly. We send out lots of emails about the process itself.
Your student email.
Your KSU student email.
That's right.
Good point, good point. Watch this video. This is how you learn more information. Check our social media outlets, Housing KSU, on all the things. But yeah, there's no way you can't know about room selection.
Yes. All right, another really popular question that we've received is, how do I find where my time ticket is?
Ooh, yeah, great question. We covered it at the beginning of this video. There should be a timestamp if you want to click on that and go back and watch that. But it's going to be right in front of you in the housing portal. The minute you log in, it's going to say, hey, Chris, here's your time ticket. It's X date at X time. You can't miss it. If you do miss it for some reason and you click on the the roommate and room selection up at the top in the gold menu bar, it'll be put right in front of you again. So really, get into the housing portal. It's right in front of you. If not, just start clicking around and you'll find it.
That's right. So another really popular question that we've received is, how do I pay for housing?
Yeah, so the most important resource you might use as a student here is the academic calendar.
That's right.
If you go to kennesaw.edu and then search for, there might be an icon that says calendars, I can't remember. But you click on that, you look at your specific semester you're trying to pay for, and it'll show you the payment deadline there.
Yes.
All tuition, fees, meal plan, housing, they're all due at the same time. The Bursar's office is a great resource if you need payment plan options or things like that.
That's right. And you will pay for housing through the Bursar's office.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so can upper class students choose roommates?
Oh, unfortunately not. So we covered this earlier in the video, but our upper class housing is extremely limited. So because of that, we don't allow people to pick roommates because we just can't guarantee that we're gonna have space for everybody, and we'd rather break your heart on the front end than to have you pair up with somebody and then not have space for you.
Yeah, overall this decision was really made for you to have a better experience as you're going through the room selection process. You're able to do it by yourself. You're able to do it faster.
Yeah.
And so it's really a benefit for you, but no, upper class students cannot select a preferred roommate. All right, some students have asked, am I able to change my room once I've already booked it and maybe I've already lived in it a while, like in the middle of the year?
Sure, so we have a room change form that is available 2 weeks after the start of classes, and if you're not sure when it is, check your academic calendar.
That's right.
So 2 weeks after day one of classes, we open up this form. You can submit the form as many times as you want. We can't guarantee that we're always going to be able to help you out. It all depends on what rooms we have available and where and how many. So we do get a lot of room change requests throughout the year.
Yeah, if you are granted a room change request, please keep in mind that it does come with a $200 fee. So if we're able to grant you your request and find a room available for you to change into, you will need to pay a $200 fee in order to complete that room change request. All right, guys, so that is a wrap on our upper class housing application video. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you learned something and we were able to answer all of the questions that you have. Don't forget to, we've said it so many times, but
let me guess. Check your KSU student email.
That's so good. Check your KSU student email, visit our website, follow us on social media at Housing KSU, and if you have any more questions, reach out to the Talon One Service Center. They are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and are really a wealth of knowledge on all things housing. And so if you have any questions, watch this video again or give them a call.
Yeah.
So we're just really glad that you were able to join us today, and we hope to see you again very soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.